Alrighty, so what is up guys? We are back for a final SBD session, not necessarily final, but the heaviest SBD session of prep for USPA Nationals. So today, obviously we will be hitting our heaviest singles for the entirety of prep. So we are going to be looking to hit like roughly around 240, 242 and a half kgs on squat today. That number is absolutely not set in stone yet. We have 485 loaded up right now. That is gonna be our deciding factor on what we end up deciding to hit for the day. So, I mean, not much else to say, but let's take this, see how it goes, and make a decision on where we're jumping to. All right, 539 pounds loaded up to the bar. Where'd it go?
What up now?
Got 539 loaded up the bar, 245 kg. Now obviously, if you guys have been around for a while, this is like 40 pounds lower than my highest squat in training. And like what, 20 kg lower than my highest deadlift or highest squat as well. So definitely not crazy by any means, but this will be our heaviest single of prep leading into nationals. And we are about just under 2 weeks out as of right now. Alright, so we successfully hit our top single on squat today at 539, 245 kg. Incredibly happy with how it went. The only real technique cue that I would wish would have been slightly different is I did end up holding slightly under the bar. So I like low bar position, but I need to make sure that I keep my chest in a good position. And if you can see almost immediately out of the bowl, my chest falls a hair. It definitely wasn't bad by any means, but that squat would have been 100% different if my chest didn't fall. So, but that was just a minor technique cue that had to do with my starting position. So very happy with it overall though. We got our top back down right now at 463. We'll be doing a set of 5 here and then moving into our lower intensity back downs and then into bench press. But as you guys know, we take it one set at a time. So not to worry, let's get this done. Yikes. All right, so we have successfully finished our squat session. We ended up hitting our top single 539, getting the higher intensity back down at 463, and now moving into bench press finally. So today on bench, we're looking to hit like a 402 single. We might even push it a little bit further. We'll just kind of see how we feel as we go, and just get it done, man. It's been a minute since I've had like a big bench. I did a tempo bench, so like 390 or 395 a couple weeks back, I think in the last block, like week 3 or week 4 last block. And dude, it felt killer. So I really do think this is gonna be a pretty easy single to hit today. So let's see how far we can push it. The big thing when it comes to like, because I train on a fat pad most of the time. The biggest thing that I think I'm gonna have a hard time with is I have to figure out exactly where my foot placement needs to be when the bench is attached to a combo rack. That is one thing I have to find out. And I think most combo racks probably have similar adjustments or similar designs. It'll probably be pretty close. Alrighty, so we've worked up, we finished our warm-ups. We have our final warm-up loaded up at 374 pounds, 170 kg. And this will be able to give us our gauge on whether where our top single is going to be. I'd like to see 402, but I think as all goes well, that 402 will fly. So we'll see how this goes and then make our decision from there. But I'd be very confident in going up to like 408. But obviously, I want to keep the momentum going, so I'm going to stay a little bit more on the conservative side. So we'll just see how this moves, I guess. All right, 402 pounds load up on the bar, 180 kg, right? Yeah. Fucking, this is not a PR by any means, but this is matching my 3rd attempt for my last meet in February. I really do think I have more than this in the tank. Obviously, we'll see after we get under the bar. But obviously, we want to keep the momentum going. We want to stay a little bit on the conservative side. So obviously, you guys already know, heaviest bench single of prep, at least successfully, because we did biff the shit out of the last big bench attempt here. But shit happens, so we're gonna get that ball. We've had that ball rolling, and we're gonna keep it fucking rolling with this 402. Sometimes the big thing is making sure you have your confidence back, and I feel like I haven't for a minute. Not everything has been going my way, so, and I'm not the greatest person on dealing with the loss. I'm a kind of a sore loser, so we're gonna get it back though. Alright, so that was our first successful 400 plus bench press in a fucking while. You can see me try hitting 419 probably about a month and a half ago, I think, maybe. It was probably just over a month. But obviously, we biffed the shit out of that. But I was really, really happy with that 402. I do think 408 would have been possible, but I definitely think it might have been a hair of a grinder. I'm really happy with it regardless though, because it's the first time I've handled that kind of weight in a while, successfully at least. So we'll be moving on to 386 for a double here, and then getting back downs and deadlifts. So let's get it done. All right, so I genuinely was a little bit surprised about that fail at the 386. I'm definitely not too worried about it. That's why I made sure I called it before I wasted too much energy or fatigued myself on failing that second rep. We are moving on to our back downs now. We're at 281 just because they don't have many small incremental plates, so we couldn't get to the weight that we wanted for our back downs. This is like 7.5 kg off, but it's close enough. We got 2 sets of 5 here, and then we'll be moving into deadlift. Sorry, 1 set of 5 and then deadlift. All right, heaviest single of prep. Also first time conventional deadlifting in probably 2 months. So we got 474, I think, loaded up at the bar. This is what I hit recently, most recently on conventional for a triple. So we're supposed to be hitting about RP8. So I think this matches exactly what we need. All right, so we have 374 pounds loaded up in the bar, 170 kg. These are our back downs for the day, and then we have a couple of sets we're gonna be doing, but I'm not gonna add that to the video. I'll probably just meet you guys with like a post fucking session car talk. That way, once the emotion's gone, I can give you guys a 100% feel about, 100% explanation about how I felt about today's session and stuff. So like I said, 2x4 here, and then moving on. Alrighty, so we have a lot to talk about from today's SPD session. I was incredibly happy with how everything ended up working out today. The whole stiff about today was we were just trying to hit a higher intensity session while maintaining momentum, and that was the entire plan going into this session, and I think that plan worked damn well. My coach did end up leaving it to me on what I wanted to take for the day, and I think pretty much everything was damn near spot on. I think there's only one set I would change, but besides that, it was fantastic. So obviously you guys knew we ended up hitting 539 or 245 kg on squat for the top single of prep, as well as doing a set of 5 at like 474, I think, 463, one of the two. which that was a little bit rougher than I was going to think it was. And you'll see in the set that I smoked the rack, almost knocking the bar entirely off my back. It rolled so far, I thought I was going to lose it. But going into bench press again, I went exactly as planned pretty much. We ended up going up and hitting a top single at 402. And I definitely think that 408 or 413 are definitely possibilities at Nationals. And then for sure, I was incredibly happy with deadlift today too. As you guys know, during these last couple months of prep, I have been dealing with a lot of issues with my piriformis. And after today's session, it makes a lot of sense that, you know, between how labor intensive work is and how hard sumo is on the hips, that I think the combination of all of it was just too much for my hips to handle. So the piriformis, it got a little inflamed during squatting, but beyond that, it felt fantastic. It didn't even bug me, not even remotely, during conventional deadlifts. So deadlifts, going out of that, we did end up hitting a 474, I think single, and then dropping for our 370 back downs, which was 2 sets of 4. Those were incredibly easy as well. I was really happy to be able to walk back into that and just, you know, smash some weight. I think on my absolute top end right now, obviously that was a Texas bar, so there is a pretty big difference between a Texas and Kabuki. I think legitimately I can probably pull within 5 to 10 pounds of my comp PR today if I wanted to. Obviously, you know, I was really I was kind of hurt. My confidence and everything was kind of hurt by the fact that I may not be able to walk in or walk out of this meet with a comp PR, total PR. But at the end of the day, with how many issues we've been having with the piriformis, you know, this prep has been pretty much controlled by that, and it's prevented us from being able to maintain a lot of momentum and make a lot of progress. So I really did just have to kind of swallow it and just go, you know what, just like I did on any other competition, I am going to do my absolute best during prep. And thankfully my coach does a fantastic job of sticking with me, does a fantastic job of making adjustments when I fall short, and it has happened quite often in this prep. And I mean, I think we're going to be coming into a pretty good package, and I think we're starting to really nail some things down. So I'm very like, Nationals is going to be sweet and all. It's more or less the experience of anything that's going to be sweet. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the transition to USAPL goes, and that is the plan after Nationals. So yeah, man, I mean, there's not much else to say. I'm incredibly happy with how today's session went. That is our heaviest session of prep, and I'm absolutely not mad about it. So if you guys did make this far in the video, I very much appreciate it. Do not forget, we are, as of this video recording, we are a day short of 2 weeks out from Nationals. I will be having an entire week off before Nationals as well too. So hopefully whatever, you know, issues we're dealing with right now with the piriformis, hopefully it gives us a little more time to be able to you know, recover a little bit better. But man, I couldn't be happier. So if you guys made it this far in the video, I very much appreciate it, and I will see you on the next